exec, el Vele, el fenómeno que todos quieren ser, el chamaquito que no pueden entender.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to the Exec Talk Podcast. I am your host, Elvis Wasa. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on all my socials. I love you guys. Today, we are breaking down what happened during the draft. Some draft grades. Some surprises in the draft. Of course, we're going to talk about Shaduer. We're going to talk about the trade to for Travis Hunter. We're gonna, my mock draft went okay. There was some kind of surprises, I think, in the first round, but pretty chalky where people went, just trades here and there that changed the teams, but the needs were kind of the same. And we're going to talk about some of the teams that did it really well. Some teams that I don't like had really, really good drafts, so that's unfortunate. But and then we are going to break down the NBA, the game 2s and 3s. And one game 4 that ended a series, OKC and Memphis. That was last night. But yeah, all right, so the draft. Super excited about it. This is the time where you really see teams where they're trying to go get better at. What is their goal? As in, like, what stat do they want to flip for next season? Some people is defensive efficiency. Other people is turnover margin, protection, run game, pass game, pass pro. So there's a lot of interior pressure, edge pressure, getting to the quarterback, turning the ball over, more smart IQ, leadership. You see all that. So getting right into it, Cam Ward, chalk. Travis Hunter was chalk, but not the team. So this was originally the Cleveland Browns pick, and the Jaguars, I guess, wanted him so bad that they traded from 5 to 2 to take Travis for Trevor Lawrence. This means to me that he's going to focus more on the offensive side at the beginning of his career, still dabble on the defensive side, but I think he's going to be a weapon with Brian Thomas Jr. for Trevor Lawrence. Abdul Carter, number 3, we knew that was happening to the Giants, and they kept adding to that. Will Campbell to the Patriots is where the Patriots draft started. Was also chalk. Got to defend Drake May. Got to protect him. Get him a left tackle. The Mason Graham pick was the same one that people thought was going to go number 5 at the Jaguars, although Genty was kind of percolating. But Mason Graham goes to the Cleveland Browns. So they get interior pressure to put next to Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith. Then Ashton Genty goes 6 to the Raiders. We expected that. Tom Brady, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's worked with Reggie Bush at USC. And, of course, Marshawn Lynch at the Seahawks. So it only made sense to get him a runner to be able to use Brock Bowers as well. And then, have Geno have a good a guy in the backfield that if he gives him the ball, whether it's passing him the ball or just putting it in his belly, that he could do something with and go all the way with. Then the Jets keep protecting Justin Fields, Armand Membu, which was pretty chalk. Then you have the Panthers taking Ted McMillan for Bryce Young. I would have personally gone Matthew Golden. Ted is kind of like Leggett that they got last year, just a little taller. Ted is 6'4", 219. Just needs to show consistent effort all the time. I still would have taken Matthew Golden here if they wanted a receiver. It's just 4.29, and the big playability that he has in the big moments, especially for Texas this past year, heading into the playoffs and in the playoffs, was just more for me, as well as the level of competition. But Ted McMillan for the Panthers, not bad for them. Kelvin Banks Jr., we talked about this in my mock draft. It was between him or, let me tell you guys right now. Tet was between him. Yeah, it was Kelvin Banks. Like I picked him. I picked Kelvin Banks to be the pick. So we got that together. So there was a lot of droppers that were really good players, and they dropped a little bit. Matthew Golden being one of them. Jahdae Barron. Jalen Walker. Will Johnson. And then other people got picked earlier than those those guys. So Bears were gonna go tight end if Genty wasn't there. They went Colston Loveland instead of Tyler Warren. This was kind of something that was percolating over the last few weeks, that a lot of teams liked Colston Loveland more than Tyler Warren, just because of the athletic build. It's still a monster, 6'6", 248. Good speed, and good blocker. So they took Colston Loveland for Caleb Williams. Not mad at it. Then you get Michael Williams out of Georgia, the edge, above Jalen Walker, his teammate, to go to 49ers to put next to Nick Bosa. It's a good pick for the 49ers. They need a lot of help defensively because they let a lot of people go. Then you got Tyler Booker as a guard out of Alabama to Dallas. Dallas, I had them taking Matthew Golden, but they got receiver later on in the draft. So they took Tyler Booker to protect Dak because, you lost one of the best offensive guards of all time to retirement this past offseason. Then the Dolphins take a player that I had the Chargers taking at I had the Chargers taking him. Damn, did I have him on the first round? I should have. I thought I had him in here. Kenneth Grant. Oh, no. I had the Chiefs taking him, Kenneth Grant. People had the Chargers taking him in the 22nd, but they took somebody else, which was kind of exciting. So then we take Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. That makes sense to me. That was Mason Graham's teammate. That makes sense to me because we need to replace Christian Wilkins. We didn't do it last year. Maybe Kenneth Grant is the answer. So not mad at it. Then comes Tyler Warren to the Colts, which is exactly who they wanted from the beginning. He drops to them. No trading up needed. Boom. They get their number one tight end and guy that, they could look at as like, oh, my God, this could be like Dallas Clark again. Then Atlanta's like, okay, we need to get after the quarterback. It's been 15 years. We haven't gotten after the quarterback. We suck at rushing the passer. Jalen Walker out of Georgia. Beautiful pick. Edge, bend, freaky. Love it. Then you have the Cardinals, which I had them taking Tyler Booker, the guard. They take Walter Nolan, the D tackle from Ole Miss. Powerful, could get after the quarterback. A couple off the field issues, but I think they don't care about that when the talent's so high. So they take Walter Nolan. Then the Bengals at 17. I had them taking an edge, but they took another edge. So I got the position right. I just didn't get the player. They took Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M. Super freak athlete. Super fast, 6'5", 267. But the guy is a broad jump of 10-11, a 1-5 10-yard split, a 4.5 40 at 267, 6'5", just a freak. Put him next to Trey Hendrickson, or if they lose Trey Hendrickson, you could possibly use him as a building block for the future for that edge spot. Then you have the Seahawks getting a guard, Gray Sable, the best guard in the draft, to help them. I had him taking Gray Sable. I got that pick right. Picks right. I got Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, although he went to the Jags and not to. But I'm talking about, position. Abdul Carter, I got right. Will Campbell, I got right. Ashton Genty, he went 5. Ashton Genty went to the Raiders. I had him at 5 to the Jaguars, but I would have had him at 6 to the Raiders if it wasn't for what I heard this past week, because I had Mason Graham and then Aston Genty, but that doesn't matter. I had Kelvin Banks to the Saints. Let's see. I had Gray Sable to the Seahawks. And I had Malachi Starks to the Ravens. And I had Josh Simmons. Actually, no, I had Josh. I was supposed to have Josh Simmons for the Chiefs, but they traded and stuff like that. So one went one, the other one went another. So, but I got a lot of the positions right. So going back, Gray Sable, great pick for Seattle. Then we have Tampa Bay, knowing that Godwin is hurt. You know, Mike is a little old. Emeka Egbuka, perfect pick. That deserves a clap right there. That is a great pick right there. Professional. He could be a 1. He could be a 2. He's probably going to be a 2 behind Mike. But he is everything you want in a receiver. Play a slot, play outside. Just got overshadowed by Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State and all the other great receivers that went there while he was there, because he went 4 years there. So he played with Garrett Wilson. He played with Chris Olave. He played with all the number ones that have been out of there. And then we got let's see here. Then we got Emeka Egbuka. And then we got the Broncos taking Jahdae Barron. You put Jahdae Barron, a Jim Thorpe winner, with Patrick Surtain, Riley Moss, and McMillan, and Barron is just your slot, bro. That secondary is disgusting right now. Them and the Ravens are disgusting in the secondary. Then you have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody mocked Shadeur to him. Nope. They take D-tackle Derek Harmon, the beast out of Oregon. They need it from the inside. He'll learn from Cameron Hayward now that he's at an advanced age of 36 years old. And you know, work him in. Then you have Chargers. Me thinking that they were going to go let's see here. I thought the Chargers were going to take Derek Harmon. Nope. They take Omarion Hampton, running back from North Carolina, a burner, can break tackles, second best running back in this class. You know that Harbaugh loves his running backs. And then comes one of the best picks, if not the best pick of the first round. Matthew Golden, number 1 receiver out of Texas, my number 1 receiver on my board, going to the Packers. What an absolute steal. What an absolute steal. To me, 4.29, number 1 type of talent. He can do it all. He has strong hands, good body control, 50-50, inside, outside. He could do it all. I love that pick for Green Bay. Donovan Jackson, the guard out of Ohio State, he goes to the Vikings to protect J.J. McCarthy. I had them taking Nick Emowari, so I went edge instead of a guard. And then the Giants trade back into the first round to the 25th pick, where I had Emeka Egbuka going to Houston, but Houston did a really good job after this pick. And they take Jackson Dart. So the second quarterback off the board is not even Shadeur Sanders. It is Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss. Cannon, likes to spread it out in the field, takes a little bit risk, but pretty good quarterback. I think he's going to do fine with Dayball. Dayball says it reminds him a little bit of a Josh Allen. You know, not in body type. I mean, Josh is bigger. You know, Jackson's 6'2". You're talking about 6'5", 6'6" with Josh Allen. 223. Josh Allen's closer to like 250, 260. So, but Jackson Dart, strong arm, can be accurate. Takes a little bit of risk, but I think Dayball could control that with him. And him and Malik Neighbors, I think, is a good pairing there in New York. Then you have Atlanta trading back into the first round again. They trade with the Rams, And they're like, no, we need to get after the quarterback more. So let's take James Pierce Jr., who could be, along with Abdul Carter, the two most talented, the second most talented edge in this class. He was the number one player coming out of high school. After his freshman year, he was really good. He just didn't have the production this year. Couple things here and there, but I think that this kid, along with Jalen Walker, they're going to have a great edge group over there in Atlanta. Really good. Then the Ravens take an actual Raven, Malachi Starks, Georgia, put him right next to Kyle Hamilton as a free safety, and you have a 15-year safety and strong safety duo. Now you can leave Malachi in the back, keep Kyle Hamilton close to the line of scrimmage where he can bang. Really, really, really good pick. Instinctual, hands, everything you want in a free safety. Then you go Detroit. They take D tackle Tyleik Williams out of Ohio State. Big boy, 6'3", 334, can move people. With 5.5 sacks, so he can get after the quarterback. And to put him next to Aleem McNeil, who they just gave a big deal to, that's going to be two fat boys in the middle. Same thing as like the Eagles have with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. It's just percolating across the field, across the league. So that's beautiful. Then you have Washington needing to protect Jaden Daniels. They take Josh Connerly, the tackle from Oregon. Really good dude. 6'5", 311. I mean, that protects people. Then you have the Bills with a great pick, Maxwell Hairston, the fastest cornerback in this class out of Kentucky. Ball hawk, 5'11", 183, but a 4.28, 1.5, 10-yard split. I mean, the guy has burst. He can jump. He's going to be really, really, really good in that secondary with Bernard. I think they're going to have a pretty good with Terrence Johnson. I think they're going to have a pretty good secondary there. I think Max Hudson's going to be a really good player. Then the Eagles are like, we don't want to like risk not having this player there. So they take Jahad Campbell, number 31. They trade with the Chiefs, so they just trade 31 to 32. Eagles go to 31, take Jahad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama High Road, and add another monster to that defense, along with Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and everybody else down the line that they have. Jahad Campbell was, a great linebacker at Alabama. Runs a 4.52, fourth fastest among linebackers at the combine. Really rangy, 6'3", 235, can hit hard. Really, really good pick for their Howard Roseman in the Super Bowl champion Eagles. And then Josh Simmons goes to left tackle. Probably a top 5 pick if he didn't get hurt. Possibly a top 3 pick if he didn't get hurt this year. They get him at 32. Josh Simmons, they're probably gonna let him get healthy and then put him right into the left tackle position and hopefully shore up that left side. If that left side is sure up, they have a very good chance of winning the Super Bowl, because anytime Patrick Mahomes is protected, they win the Super Bowl. So that was the first round. Now we're going to skim through the second round with really, really good picks. For example, the 34th pick, the second for the second round, the Texans picked Jaden Higgins, a top 5 wide receiver on my board, from Ohio State, to add to Tank Dell and Nico Collins. But not only that, they double back and get his teammate Jalen Noel a little later. So they got both Iowa State receivers who are both great, and Tank Dell and Nico Collins. Great draft for the Texans. The Seattle Seahawks at Nick Emuari. Some people had him as the number 1 safety on the board because he's a crazy athlete. Right over Malachi Starks. Some people have Malachi Starks. A great pick up there at pick 35. You got a legit starter and probably a star. Then the Browns thinking, they're going to take Shaduer. No, Quinshon Judkins, running back, to put right next to Nick Chubb out of Ohio State. Just great pick there. Then we pick a guard. Dolphins pick a guard. And then Travion Henderson goes to the Patriots. This is where I say the Patriots had a great draft. They go Will Campbell, blue chip, offensive tackle, to then Travion Henderson, a burner, 4.3 speed, can break tackles, to put next to Ramondre Stevenson. Great pick. Then the Bears double dip in wide receivers. Double dip as in like they double dip last year. They went Roman Doomsday last year. Well, they picked Luther the third this year, another monster from Missouri. Can break tackles, great after the catch, strong hands. Number 1 for the last 2 years at Missouri. Great pick for the Bears there. Then Tyler Shuck is the third quarterback to get off the board for Louisville. The Saints get him. Strong arm, tall. I mean, prototypical 6'5", 219. Strong arm, just a prototypical frame that, I think Kellen Moore's going to love over there in the Saints. Then Mason Taylor, the son of Jason Taylor, he goes to the Jets, the tight end, because they couldn't get Tyler Warren, they couldn't get Coastal Woodland, they needed other needs, so they got Mason Taylor in the second. That's a good pick. Then Donovan Izaraku goes to the Dallas Cowboys, the edge to put next to Mike Parsons at Boston College. Really productive, really good kid. That's also a steal. JT Tomoluau, a steal for the Colts at pick 45, the edge out of Ohio State. Will Johnson, the Cardinals at pick 47 because of me or because of the foot. I think that's a steal as well. Elijah Arroyo, the tight end from Miami. He's 50th to the Seahawks. Had some more weapons there. And then Trey Harris, number 1 receiver of Ole Miss to the Chargers, pick 55. Good pick. Jack Beck, wide receiver from TCU at pick 50 to the Raiders. Another weapon there for Geno. Mike Green, a steal, the edge from Marshall, super productive, most sacks last year in the FBS, goes to the Ravens. An absolute steal. Don't know how that happened. It's crazy. And then R.J. Harvey, one of the top 6 running back in this class from UCF. He goes to the Broncos, so they add more things there. Then another steal, the Ole Miss number 1 corner goes to Washington at pick 61. Trey Amos, really, really good pick there for the Commanders. Andrew Makuba goes to at pick 64 to the Eagles. Really good safety / corner. That played at, originally was a Clemson, transferred to Texas. I mean, just a really good player at pick 64 there at the end of the second round. In the third round, there was still really good players taken. You got Darius Alexander out of Toledo. He went to the Giants. The D tackle put next to Sexy Dexy. Harold Fannin Jr., the most productive tight end over the last year at Bowling Green. He goes to the Browns. Really good pick for them. Kyle Williams, another really good pick for the Patriots. Wide receiver out of Washington State, really fast, in and out of his breaks quick. He had 4.4 speed, 17.1 yard per catch. Really, really good player. I think he's going to be a really, really good next level. So, unfortunately, once you got Mike Vrabel as your coach, you're going to draft well. Azari Thomas from Florida State, the the cornerback, goes to the Jets. Pretty good pick. Siobhan Revel, the cornerback out of East Carolina, he goes to the Cowboys. Another really good pick. Jordan Burch, love this kid out of Oregon, the edge. He goes to the Cardinals. Jalen Noel at the 79th pick. To me, I love this kid. Another wide receiver. Iowa State is the Texans' second wide receiver pick. So they add basically the wide receiver room out of Iowa State to Tank Dell and Nico Collins. It's incredible. Plus, of course, you still have what's this man's name? One from Alabama. John Mechie. Caleb Johnson goes to the Steelers, the running back of Iowa. I think that's a really good pick for them. Savion Williams gets wide receiver from TCU. He goes to the Packers. I think that's a really good pick as well. Emory Jones, the offensive tackle, going to the Ravens. Jalen Milroe gets picked by Seattle. I don't think there was a better place for him to go just because of the type of style that McDonald's likes to run over there. So Jalen Milroe, QB, to sit behind. Actually, no, they traded Sam Howell, I think. I'm not sure. There was a trade around there here. This was a trade about something. Despite blah blah blah. Yeah, so they have Sam Darnold. Jalen Milroe is just gonna sit behind them. And they traded for Detroit. From Detroit through the Jets and then Las Vegas. Weird trade. Weird trade. It was like 3 teams. Crazy. Dylan Gabriel gets picked by the Browns, the QB from Oregon. No Shaduer yet. We're in the 3rd round. Xavier Watts, an incredible safety from Notre Dame. He gets to the Falcons, put him next to Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons over there. Then you got Savion Williams and Ty Felton going to the Broncos and Minnesota. Savion Williams is the edge from LSU, pretty good kid. Ty Felton from Maryland, wide receiver. Add him to that incredible receiving core of the Minnesota Vikings. And then 4 through 7, Shamir DK goes to Cam Ward, the 4.34 40 guy from Florida, the wide receiver. So he's going to be Cam Ward's weapon. Bashul from Virginia Tech goes to the Jaguars, the running back out of Virginia Tech, really fast dude. Then Cam Skabu comes off the board. He goes to the Giants out of Arizona State, the awesome multi-purpose back that we saw in the playoffs. And then from Jack Kaiser, the Alabama, the Notre Dame linebacker, really good kid. He goes to the Jaguars. Then you have Arian Smith on the Jets, the wide receiver from Georgia. Ty Robinson, the tackle from Nebraska, he goes to the Eagles. Another Dan Studman, the excellent linebacker, goes to the Saints at pick 112. CJ West, the great tackle from the Indiana team, he goes to the 49ers. Trevor Etienne goes into the Panthers. The running back out of Georgia, formerly of Florida, brother of Travis Etienne. Cody Simon, the linebacker from Ohio State, goes right behind him to the Cardinals. Jark Hunter goes to the LA Rams, the running back from Auburn. Billy Bowman Jr., the safety from Oklahoma, goes to Atlanta. Gunnar Helm gets taken by the Tennessee Titans. So that's a great tight end for Cam Ward over there. Dak Sawyer goes to Steelers. I saw that when he was playing at Ohio State. I was like, yeah, this guy seems like Steeler. And they get him. What's here? Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. He goes to the Browns. Really good, another really good running back for them. Malachi Moore, the safety from Alabama, goes to the Jets. Really good pick. Jalen Rose goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. I've seen this kid play at Utah State. He's legit number 1 over there from the slot or outside. He has the speed. So I like that pick for Patrick Mahomes. He has 1.49 split as the quickest at the position. So that means he can get in and out of breaks fast. He has fast acceleration. That means he can create separation like Zay Flowers say. So that's a really good pick for Kansas City. Elite Manor, which is the Washington from Stanford, the big kid, 6'2", 206, right to Cam Ward in Tennessee. I think that's a really good pick. Then San Francisco picks the other Ole Miss receiver, Jordan Watkins, 5'11", 196. I think that's a pretty good pick for them. Then 5th round, we finally get Shadeur off the board. Riley Mills goes to Seattle, the D tackle from Notre Dame, really good kid. Then right after him, after Jordan Phillips by the Dolphins, Shadeur gets picked at 144th in the 5th round to the Cleveland Browns. So they take Dylan Gabriel, they take Mason Graham, they take running back twice, and then they pick Shaduer. People said that they were like teaching him a lesson. I don't know what it was, but he got picked by the Browns. I think he's gonna have a great chance to find his footing and to start to steal the job from Flacco and Skyler and who's over there? Flacco. I mean, besides Flacco, Kenny Pickett. I think that they're gonna definitely, it's gonna be Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, Flacco, and him. And Deshaun's gonna be hurt, so he's done. So I think he could get the starting job and definitely open some eyes. So I think that this pick for the Browns is a value pick at this point. You get essentially a top 20 player in the draft and at the 144th pick just because nobody wanted to pick him and teach him a lesson. That's fine. Jordan James, the Oregon running back, he goes to San Francisco. Jaden Blue goes to Texas, the excellent Texas running back, the fast kid. DJ Giddens goes to the Colts, the excellent Kansas State running back. You have Shamar James from Florida going to Dallas. And then from there, the guys that jump off the board are like Francisco Mauaga, the linebacker from Miami. He goes to the Jets. You have Mitchell Evans, the tight end from Notre Dame. He goes to the Panthers. Yahia Black, the DT from Iowa. He goes to the Steelers. That makes sense. Let's see here. You have the cornerback from Ohio State, Denzel Burke. He goes pick 174 to the Cardinals. And then round 6, let me see if there's anybody that pops out. Ollie Gordon goes to the Dolphins. Former 2 years ago was the best running back in college football. Ollie Gordon, the second from Oklahoma State. The Dolphins get him, so maybe we can get something out of him. The D tackle from Ole Miss, J.J. Pegues, he's really good. He goes to the Raiders. Kyle McCord gets picked by the Eagles, the QB from Syracuse, formerly of the Ohio State Buckeyes. So that's really nice. Borregales, our punter, goes to the Patriots. That's Miami, UM's punter. He goes to the kicker. He goes to the Patriots, unfortunately. Devin Neal goes to the Saints, the kid from Kansas, the running back. He's real good. Will Howard goes to the Steelers. So they did pick a quarterback, and it's Will Howard, the Ohio State National Championship quarterback. Goes to the Steelers at the 185th pick in the 6th round. After that, Khalil Mullins, the Michigan running back, goes to Tennessee. Riley Leonard gets picked by the Colts, another running / Daniel Jones-ish type quarterback with a little bit more build to him. He goes to the Colts. You have Taj Brooks, the excellent, Texas Tech running back. He goes to the Bengals. That could possibly be a steal in the next few years, as he does. Ahmed Hassanin, which is the only Egyptian player to ever get drafted, I think, out of Boise State, the edge. He goes to the Lions. Perfect marriage there. Graham Mertz, the quarterback out of Florida, formerly of Wisconsin. He goes to the Texans. Let's see. Who else do I know on here? Let's see. Jimmy Horn goes to the Panthers. The wide receiver from Colorado. That could be definitely a steal. He goes to the Panthers to play with Bryce Young. Very, very nice pick there for the Panthers, definitely. Then in the 7th round, anybody I know here? Let's see. Damian Martinez, the running back for Miami. He goes to Seattle at the 223rd pick. Curtis Rourke, the Indiana quarterback, goes to the San Francisco 49ers at the 227th pick. Yeah, really good. Brashard Smith, the running back from SMU, he goes 228 to the Kansas City Chiefs. He might be a little watch him. Quinn Ewers gets picked by the Dolphins. The Texas quarterback gets picked by the Miami Dolphins at the 231st pick. That could be something different there. Yeah, that could be something different. Tez Johnson goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the wide receiver out of Oregon. And Konata Mumpfield, the wide receiver from Pittsburgh, he goes to the LA Rams. Dominic Lovett, the wide receiver from Georgia, he goes to the Lions. I think that's a sneaky good pick. And that is about it. The last pick was Kobe Minor from Memphis, cornerback to the Patriots. But yeah, guys, pretty good draft. Like I said, I feel like the teams who got the best grades, I'm seeing the best grades right now from what people think. They think the Cleveland Browns got an A+. I would agree from what they got. I would agree for sure. They saying the Seahawks got an A. I would agree from what they got. You got Imawari in the second round. You got Sable, Jalen Milroe, Elijah Arroyo, Torrey Horton, the Colorado State wide receiver, really good. So I think that was really good. And then a name minus for the New England Patriots. Like I said, I thought the New England Patriots had a great draft. You look at Will Campbell, Travion Henderson, Kyle Williams, Braden Swinson, Andres Borregales. Just really, really good draft there. New York Giants A-. I agree with Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Darius Alexander, Cam Scatterbo. Really, really good draft there. Of course, you got to give an A- to the Eagles. Jahad Campbell, Makuba, Ty Robinson, Mac McWilliams. You got Smail Munden Jr., the linebacker from Georgia. Kyle McCord. Really, really good. They gave the Ravens a B-. Okay, Malachi Starks, Mike Green. I think those are great there. Chicago's got a B+. Colston Loveland, Burden, Shamar Turner. Yeah, Houston. The Houston Texans a B+ because Jaden Higgins. You got Ursery from Minnesota, the tackle. Then you got Jalen Noel. Then you pick Jalen Smith, the USC cornerback. Then Woody Marks, the running back from USC. Yeah, I think Jaden Reed, the safety from Penn State. Graham Mertz. Yeah, I like that. Kansas City Chiefs B-. I agree. Josh Simmons. You take Jalen Royals in the fourth round. Really good pick. I like it. Chargers with a B+. Omarion Hampton, Trey Harris, Kyle Kennard, the edge from South Carolina. Keandre Lambert-Smith, the wide receiver from Auburn. I like it. I like Gatson the second, the tight end from Syracuse, which was McCord's tight end. Yeah, I like it. Then Tennessee Titans with a B-. Cam Ward, Shamari DK, Gunnar Helm, Alec Alunimar, Khalil Mullins. I like that pick. And then Commanders B+ as well. Josh Connolly, Trey Amos, Jalen Lane. Yeah. And Cowboys a B. Tyler Booker is a Raku, Revel, Jaden Blue, Shamar James. Yeah, I like theirs. Green Bay should be up there. Matthew Golden, Belton, Savion Williams, Baron Sorrell. Yeah, I like that. Colts with a B. Nice. So Jacksonville with a B. When you take a Travis Hunter, Ransaw, Milam, Tootin, Kaiser, McLeod. Vegas with a B. Okay. Genty, Beck, Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant, Dante Thornton Jr., Pegas. Okay. Jets have a B. Okay, so who was worse? San Francisco with a B. Tampa Bay with a B. I like what Tampa Bay did. Emeka Ibuka. I like what Tez Johnson at the end in the 7th round. They gave Arizona a B-. Walter Nolan, Will Johnson, Jordan Birch, Cody Simon, Denzel Burke. They just went Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Ohio State, Texas. Like they stayed in the Big Ten and the SEC. Buffalo Bills got a B-. Well, who was bad? Denver Broncos B-, even though I like their draft. Rams B-, Minnesota B-, Saints a B-. Pittsburgh a B-, Carolina C+, huh? Oh, because it's probably Tep McMillan, Scorton, yeah, Trevor Etienne. I could understand. Oh, Lions C+ as well. Tyleek Williams, Tesla. I mean, yeah, there was people on there that could have. Miami C+, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Damn, Atlanta, even with Jalen Walker and James Pierce and Xavier Watts and Bowman Jr., they got a C. Cincinnati with a C. Oh, that was the worst. Cincinnati with a C. Wow. Okay, so nobody got an F. Shamar Stewart, and then basically nothing else. So, and then Taj Brooks at the end, I guess. But yeah, guys, that's my draft breakdown. The mock draft went pretty well. Usually, I do okay, especially at the beginning of the draft, and then some in the middle. But those value picks I usually hit on when you see it across the season who are good. Like guys like Matthew Golden are gonna be great, I believe. Somebody like Malachi Starks I think is gonna be really good. People in the second round, Jalen Royals, Jalen Noel, I really think, RJ Harvey, guys like that, Ollie Gordon Jr., the second possibly, Guys like that, I believe that are going to be pretty good in the later rounds. And I think Shadeur is going to be the steal of the draft when it's all said and done. I really believe that. I think he's going to do it. He's going to get his starting job, and we're going to see his potential next year. And he has some weapons over there with Judy and what they added as well. So thanks, guys. I love you guys. The next episode is going to be the NBA, the Game 2s and Game 3s, the finishing of Game 2s, if I didn't cover that, and, of course, the Game 3s and the Game 4.